Starting out my business on my own was probably one of the hardest things and the darkest things that I've ever done. And to be honest, that's why I'm here, because I know how hard it is to do it alone. There are definitely some mistakes that I made along the way that I do not regret making because it's led me to where I am now. If you are lost and stuck and really just feel like you're in a really dark place starting your own online brand, I'm here to tell you that you're not alone. And you can do it. Because if I can do it, you can do it. Hola chicas, welcome back to my channel today. I am so excited because today I'm going to break down some roadblocks for you. So if you saw the title of this video, you're already coming here because you are in the influencer space and you want to basically get to be an influencer. You want to become an influencer and basically help people with your own brand. And there are definitely some really big mistakes that I made starting out. And if I can alleviate that process for you and make your path smoother, that's what I'm gonna do. So in today's video, we're going to break down 4 different things that you should not do as an influencer, basically 4 mistakes that I commonly see that not only do I see from what I did, but I also see other influencers that I coach similar mistakes and, mindset blocks that they have. So we're gonna quickly break these down for you in this video, and I'm just excited to dive in, so stay tuned. So the first big mistake that I see is that you only share content that you think people want to see rather than what actually makes you really excited. While it's important to share content and share topics and titles that people will search for and want to see, it's also important to share things that make you really happy. Because if you're not excited to show up and share the content, you're not going to be consistent, and consistency is a huge foundation for trust and building trust with your audience. So make sure that not only are you sharing content that is a need that people are having a problem with. So for example, I help micro-influencers land higher paid brand deals. I see a huge pain point in that area of the industry of influencing that many influencers feel like because they're not huge that they cannot actually make income with brand partnerships. And I know that's not true, but it's a pain point that I see, that I have worked through, and that I really get excited to talk about. So it's a natural topic that I want to share with my blog and with my business. So find something that fits your story. What is something that you get excited to talk about? What are topics that you've had experiences with? What are the skills you have because of those experiences? Make sure that not only are you sharing topics that people want to see and that they have a need for, but that you are also sharing topics that actually make you excited and passionate to show up in the first place. The second big pain point that I see is that influencers rely very heavily on social media alone. Now hear me out. I think social media is an amazing free tool to get your brand out there and to market who you are, who you serve, and why you show up at all online. But please listen to me when I say it should not be the only thing you have your business riding on. I am a firm believer in having your own website, your own rented home, if you will, on the internet. So please do not rely solely on platforms like Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, whatever it is. These platforms are always molding, changing, growing, and new things are always coming up. We've seen that within this past year with Clubhouse, even with TikTok exploding. There's always going to be a new social media. And I do still think you should use these social medias for your brand to get the message out there and to help more people, but it should not be what you rely on. You should also have your own space online that really hosts your entire brand, that people can go to that link on Google, on your website, and actually learn more about a well-rounded picture of who you are. You do not own social medias. Do not make no mistake, just unless you are Mark Zuckerberg or any of these other social media owners, you do not own these social medias. Therefore, you do not control anything that happens that goes on with these platforms. No matter how much you feel like you've cracked the code on these social medias, you will never have full control. But on your website, you do have that control. And it's something that Google can find. That's like a one-stop shop. So make sure you are having an actual website. If you have any questions about basically website building and what platforms to use, I talk a lot about Show It, which is the platform that I use in this YouTube video. So definitely take a look at that and make sure that you are really investing intentional time into setting up your own website. A third huge mistake that I see that I've kind of hit on a little bit earlier is that influencers wait until they have the magical 10K on Instagram or more to actually pitch and work with brands for payment. That is the biggest lie that really drives me nuts that's been fed into the influencer space. Maybe back in 2011 when it was still very new to be an influencer or blogger, maybe it was the case back then, but now there are so many influencers with smaller niche audiences that have a really strong connection with their audience that a brand needs to look for to actually get their own products in front of that new audience. So basically the influencer has already vetted a large group of people that will allow the brand to kind of seamlessly transition into that audience and basically let the audience know about their product as a brand. So it's a very natural, genuine connection that makes it worthwhile to work with these micro and smaller influencers. So please do not wait until you have a magical 10K number on Instagram, which also, side note with that, it's amazing to me that Instagram's kind of like the end all be all. Like once you hit this magical number on this one single social media, that makes you a successful influencer. And you're not even including, YouTube, your website, Google searches, your blog page views, all these other factors that have a lot to do with your growth and your reach as an influencer. Please do not rely solely on Instagram. Now, if Instagram is a platform that you really love, and I completely get that, I love Instagram, I use it daily, please do check out my free 3-part attracting brands training. So if you go to the link that I'm going to link in this description below, maybe in this video as well, I'll pop up a little what the opt-in looks like. Go here, opt in, and I'm going to send you basically a 3-part training to show you some of the common questions you should be asking to therefore land these higher paid brand deals as a smaller influencer, even if you have less than 10K followers. So it's a really cool strategy I have been using, and basically if you know anything about me, if I have a strategy that works well for me and my clients, I would rather share that with other people like you so that you can also see success. The fourth and final big struggle that I see new influencers make is not collaborating with other people. One of the darkest times when I started out this business and basically creating my own brand was my inability to find people that really wanted to help me, that really wanted to help work with me and collaborate. And now it's a lot more common to have people basically collaborating and teaming up, and it was not the case when I started. So make sure you realize that you collaborating with other people that are very like-minded, maybe in similar, growth as you, to kind of grow with, that is going to pivot you forward to be more flourishing as an influencer. Because when you work with different people, it actually brings out components of you that you otherwise wouldn't bring out. I think it's really cool that when we're with certain people, even in person, we kind of pull energy out of those people, and it's a unique thing that happens only with certain people and yourself. So make sure that you are challenging that and actually working with other influencers to kind of help build your growth and basically get your name and your brand out there to more people. It is so doable, and even on platforms like Clubhouse, that's a big one that I talk about a lot now. I actually made a YouTube video, you can check it out here, talking about Clubhouse. That's a really cool platform to use to build connections and not have to be behind a screen, if you will, because it's only audio. So find what works for you day in and day out. Find new people that you can just show gratitude to, check out their content. There are so many amazing creators online nowadays, and I think it's amazing. I think it actually shows abundance and shows that we all have amazing opportunity to do something great with our message and who we are as a person. I truly believe that we are all our own brands, but we do not all choose to monetize that brand. And I think we're really missing out when we don't do that. Okay guys, that is the 4 tips that I'm going to give you today. Please consider these 4 mistakes. I've made them personally, and I really would like to alleviate the same mistakes from happening in your career as you pursue starting your own brand online. It's such a rewarding thing to do, but like I've already mentioned, it can come with some of its own challenges. So if you love this video, please, as always, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. That really helps this algorithm on YouTube and helps more people just like you see videos like this and get that value they need. And also be sure to smash that subscribe button if you have not already. I upload new videos every single week for you to gain value and to really pivot yourself forward as a female entrepreneur starting her own online brand. So thank you as always for stopping by, and I will see you in the next one. Besos.